Hi YouTube, Jeff Lindsay in the garage, June 13, 2019. Been a while. We out in the garage today. We did a little cleaning up yesterday. This place was a mess. All I've done for the past several months is fish. Took a big break from the car, and we actually bought a new ocean boat. And all we've been doing is fishing, a family of fishing. Been having a good time. Now the weather's good and hot. It's kind of too hot to fish almost, but we still going a little bit. But I've got to get back on the car. I've got to get some things done and get back headed in the right direction. Most of my Camaro money that I had set aside, we spent on a boat. That's not to say that we're not going to finish the car. We are going to finish the car. It's just going to take a little longer as we budget for the rest of this build. Drivetrain being the big thing, motor transmission, all the sheet metal, all the rust repair, subframe, rear end, all that's done, paid for, no problems with any of that. Fitment is going to be an issue on the driver's side. We've got some issues with the door, fender, and we're just going to have to work through those. Passenger side is not bad at all. I can take this stuff off, put it back on right where it was, and it goes together and gaps together pretty well. I have not completely assembled the front end with the valences, the header panel, lower valence, all that. I need to check all that with this core support, make sure all the bolts are going to go in before I do much. And this is something that you've seen 100 times, but you know, you're going to see it 100 more times before we get this thing completely done. And again, it's a process that I'm kind of learning as I go. So there's a lot to do, a lot to learn. Walking around the car, we know kind of where we left off. It was with the driver's side door issues at the bottom, and we think we got that resolved, but there's a lot of work to do on the doors and the fenders. There's still final body work, stuff like that. There's all this stuff where we put our roof skin on. All this stuff, none of this is it's just basic block down stuff. Long way to go to get this stuff ready. The back end of the car from the rear tires back, I don't think we're gonna have much to do there. All this stuff is in pretty good shape. Everything works good with the gas springs. Inside the trunk area, and all this is good and has already been sprayed with Raptor liner. No issues with the back end of the car. Just a little final body work in a place or two. Nothing like what we're going to end up doing on the doors and fenders. So just a walk around the car, a refresher for me and the viewers. And to let you know a little bit about what we've been up to and why we hadn't put up a video in a while. We've just been enjoying things, been enjoying life, been enjoying fishing. So we had the hood on, we took it off, put it out of the way in the other room. We're going to pull the fenders, put them on a stand, and we're going to concentrate on the doors, getting the doors on and gapped correctly to the quarter panel and the rocker. And then we're going to work our way forward, hopefully for one final time. We'll figure out shims where everything, number of shims, thickness of shims, we'll record all that stuff. We'll work our way forward in the next few days, hopefully get this thing completely assembled. I've got the hood hinges sandblasted, they're ready for paint, and we'll be able to stick those on and hopefully get the hood, everything working before we take it apart and start doing some sanding and painting. So that's kind of where we at right now. We'll show you a shot of where a lot of our money went, and we'll bring you back. October, still the 13th, still hammering away at it. Got it kind of took apart. We've been working on this driver's side door, and it's definitely going to be an issue. I've got about a 3/16 gap all the way down up off the rocker. It's pretty close front to back. This measurement, according to the other side, the way that door's fit up, is dead on, pretty much exactly where it needs to be. I've got more of a gap here at the top than I do down there at the bottom. So I'm a little out of adjustment. I don't think it's so much the adjustment part of it. It is probably this car not being perfect. If you recall, the car had been hit. There was some damage. We don't know how much damage was done, but we know that this outer cowl part right here had some creasing in it, and the upper cowl had a little crease right in here. So we know it got hit, but we don't know how bad. The car was together and gapped decent when I got it, so we know that it'll probably go back together fairly close. It's not going to be a show car, we all know that, but we want it as close as we can get it. And it's definitely needing to be closer than that. So we'll keep hammering away at this. Again, this is more of a refresher, or bring us back to up-to-date type thing, letting you know that we're still going to fix the car, we're going to build the car. It might take a while. We spent a lot of money on other things this spring, and we got to kind of re-budget for stuff. So, but we'll go from there. It is what it is. It'll be a car one day. All right, Toby, we may upload from here, we may not. We'll see.